Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your angel and spirit guide message reading for you for finance and career, for money and career. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive into this reading and see what your angels and your spirit guides have to say. And please note that during these uncertain and scary times and these overwhelming times, these messages are coming from a place of love, light, and positivity to inspire and build you up, not to knock you down at all. All right, so let's dive in. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you will see something very familiar on this deck, my original tarot cards right here, the Llewellyn Tarot, which I am just in love with. If you know, these are the cards that I used when I started my channel, the only ones that I use. And then I have here the fairy oracle cards. So all these will be linked in the description box below. And yes, I know guys, these are worn and battered. And yes, I do have new ones that I could be using of the same deck, but I love these and I love the energy to them. And I feel like it's such an important message that we're getting from your angels and your spirit guides during this time that I want to be using them. So I'm going to be starting off with your fairy guidance cards. All right, you see that? And let's see what they have to say. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. All right. So we have here sanctuary. And we have transformation. So finding a sanctuary, calling upon the sanctuary within yourself transforms things. So it's not really so much getting, wow, that's valuable. Okay, so it's not getting caught up in the trauma and the drama that the world is going through. Yes, it's very easy to, but it's kind of like turn off the news, really focus on yourself and your personal care for yourself, that sanctuary within your heart. And it really does start to transform you during this time. And it leads you to your chakra cards right here. And let's see what they have to say. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Family came out. That makes perfect sense. Root chakra. And angels and masters, which I really see as your angels and your spirit guides. They're right there with you. This is your soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. And there is a sense of you being protected, your family's being protected, you're being watched over, which is absolutely beautiful. But your family, those who have become like family to you, these people are absolutely your main priority at this time. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Aries, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. All right. So at the heart of everything, we have the Page of Wands, which is you. You're represented by the Wands. In the Minor Arcana, you are represented by the Emperor in the Major Arcana. You are crowned by the King of Wands. I love that progression. That's powerful. Then you have the King of Pentacles. This is a good sign in finance and career readings. In money and career readings, I love to see Wands. I love to see Pentacles. They're powerful. You have the Seven of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Swords. During this time, you want people to be upright and honest with you. All right? And you're really going to see yourself walking away from those who aren't. So it's going to be a bit of a deal breaker. Then you have the Page of Cups, a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. We have the Five of Pentacles. All right, that makes sense. The Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Ace of Cups, this is a gift that you are most definitely taking. And you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is beautiful. Okay. So let's start off with your fairy guidance cards. And this says, sanctuary, within your heart, a space of regenerating sanctuary awaits. So within your heart, there is that space to rebuild, to embolden yourself, to move forward. Everybody has kind of taken this hit, this blow through everything that's going on, and fear and doubt coming into play. It's finding that personal sanctuary. It is looking within yourself and knowing your power, knowing your gifts, knowing your truth. It leads you forward to a transformation, and you're going to find yourself transformed, emboldened. And this says the process of self-transformation will open your eyes to the timeless truth about yourself. There's something that you're reconnecting with power, reconnecting with your understanding, and it leads you to your root chakra. It leads you to your roots. You might be very drawn to your family, those who have become like family to you, looking at the nuclear family that you've created, if you've created one, or looking at kind of your ancestral roots, your DNA roots, the roots of your past lives, and seeing, how do I want to move forward? What is it that I desire? How is it that I'm impacting others? That's also going to be something that's very valuable to you during this time. And it leads you to this connection with your angels and your masters, the angels and your spirit guides. It's kind of like, this is your family, your angels, your spirit guides, your quest of life during this time. This is your family. This is your power. This is your truth. And they're absolutely emboldening you, moving you forward, helping you see greater truths, greater powers, greater realizations of what it is that you want and where it is that you're heading. You're becoming a student of your passion, a student of your tenacity, a student of your intuition. Now, this is going to be something that crowns you. Really listen to your intuitive self during this time. You have the power to transform. Fire is transformative. Fire is warming. Fire is all-encompassing. And so your passion can become all-encompassing as you become a student of what you want. Now, there is a sense of fear here, but there's also a sense of, gentle determination that leads you forward. So with the rabbit, it's kind of like the scared rabbit. You can be scared and overwhelmed, but you're also going to be, moving forward with determination, with a speed that can sometimes take your breath away. Also, rabbits are a symbol of, kind of the magic in the world coming in. And by that, I mean you connecting with the God's head that is within you, you connecting with that power, with that truth, and studying it, learning what you want. Because emotionally, you've been through a bit of the ringer, or doubts and fears, and things have been overwhelming. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you this gift of healing, beautiful love, of cleansing waters to move you forward to where it is that you want to be, to where it is that you need to be. It might not necessarily be where you want to be, but it is where you need to be. It's kind of like this evolution, this transformation of you is moving you forward. And you're going to see this gift at times as not a gift at all. I mean, it's going to feel as if it could feel like a setback. It could feel like you're being forced to face things that you don't want to face. You're being forced to look at things that you don't want to see. And with the Ace of Cups, it's like, this is what you desire. This is what you need spiritually, emotionally, to move forward. And why is that important? Because I believe full-heartedly that we are emotional beings. And why there's such discord and disconnect in the world is because we don't connect with our heart's truth. By not connecting with our hearts, not connecting with our emotional selves, we make a chasm between our logic and our emotions, where there's supposed to be this beautiful bridge, where there's supposed to be this beautiful connection from what you feel to what you think, to how you act, to the seeds that you plant. And it's kind of like laying your life with intention. And that's what you're doing right now, laying your life with the intention of prosperity, of abundance. And you might say, that's great, but where is it? Well, you're becoming a king. And you're crowned, I mean, this triangle right here, just you energy right now, Aries, force. You're a force. I have to laugh because it's like nothing and no one is going to get in your way. This is you kind of reevaluating, reassessing. You bounce back quickly, all right? Setbacks, disappointments, that's kind of like your time to shine. And I know it sounds funny because for a lot of people, it'd be like, oh my gosh, this is a time where I need to lick my wounds. This is a time where I feel overwhelmed. This is a time where I'm questioning myself. And yes, you might be feeling all of that, but you are still the emperor of your existence. You are still this powerful, tenacious force to move you forward in. Now be mindful, because Aries, you have a tendency, as all Aries do, to be the emperor, right? Well, the emperor could be two ways, and we all have this tendency within us. You can either be the tyrannical ruler or the benevolent ruler. And that's how you rule your life. That's how you rule the lives, impact the lives, not rule the lives, but impact the lives of those around you. And so it's astoundingly powerful emotionally, the healing that you're going through to move you forward. And that's why you're being a student of the messages that divinity is giving you. You're hearing them, you're seeing them, you're looking at things. You might be drawn to a certain direction, in one direction. And your head might be saying, what the heck? How is this going to help me financially? How is this going to move me forward in my career? Listen to that intuitive guide, because your angels, your spirit guides, divinity, right there with you, leading you forward. You become a king because you are transformed, and you become a king of your passion, of your prosperity, of the seeds that you are planting, and a queen of your mind. So the queens are like the directors behind the scenes, the kings, the actors upon the stage. And so here, what I see is the fact that financially and career-wise, you're seen. So people are taking note of you. So just be mindful of that also, that people are taking note of what you do, how you're conducting yourself. So in business, in work, just make sure that you are, that you are presenting what you want to be seen, right? Honesty is going to be the number one thing for you, and you can get really annoyed with people who are being backstabbers, who are saying one thing to one person, kind of speaking with a forked tongue, saying one thing to one person and another thing to another. You have no time for that, and that's actually going to be something that really helps you during this time, because people are going to see you as somebody that they can trust. But it's also going to be something that you can get caught up in. It's kind of like, well, this person isn't being trustworthy, this person isn't being right, this is just annoying and stupid, and it can catch you up and become all encompassing. So just be mindful of that, right? Especially with somebody being sneaky around the prosperity that you're planting. You're not going to have time for that. You're actually healing from that, and it's going to kind of trigger you, kind of hit on old wounds that pull you back, that make you doubt. So you're taking everything in personally, mentally, you're looking at things, you're cutting through doubts and fears. So as you embrace your passion, as you move forward in your career, and you really are moving forward, even if you don't see it right now, you are definitely laying the foundation for yourself to progress beautifully, powerfully, intuitively, and intentionally. And as you do so, you are going to see here that you embrace this sense of being, where people might find it a little bit hard to kind of see what you see or come to the conclusions that you come to. You're also going to work very well with an air sign energy and with an earth sign energy. Now, you might have a bit of a difficulty with, so there's going to be a set of people that you get along with. It's kind of like not financially, but you have the same goals, you have the same desires, you're cutting through doubts and fears, you're really moving forward towards what you want. And then you're going to have this other, it can be just one person here who's really looking out after themselves, and who's going to be sharp-tongued, who's going to be rather manipulative, all right? Kind of all the negative aspects of the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, all air sign energy, their negative aspects can be absolutely intense. All right. So here, with your tenacity, with your stick-to-itiveness, and I myself am a air sign energy in tropical, in tropical astrology. In Vedic astrology, I am an Aries and a Scorpio. So here, you can have those two aspects of yourself kind of coming into play. That can definitely be a way to see this, and it would be a very truthful way. You are going to see yourself cutting through doubts and fears, knowing your mind, knowing what you want. You're not going to have any time for manipulative games. And you're not going to have any time for yourself playing manipulative games with yourself, meaning that there's going to be something that you face where you felt like a pauper, or you could have been that you've lost everything, not now, or maybe it is now, but where you feel as if you are on the outside looking in on what prosperity should be like. And that is going to be something that, you're actually moving completely against. And it can be, from childhood, you might have always heard, oh, you have to struggle for money. It doesn't come easily to our family, or something like that. Somebody spoke negative words over you, and kind of a mindset of poverty, of hurt, of pain, of lack. And it can just be a mindset of lack. And you are changing that game. And you are now moving forward in this sense of really seeing yourself as royalty, as power, as I have a right to be prosperous, and I have a right to be bountiful. And as you see this, you're walking away from the lies that others have told you. You're walking away from the lies that you yourself are perpetuating. We always carry around other people's narratives, especially if they happened when we were small. And these become wounds. And I love it. I was listening to this person, Spirit, and she was talking about relationships. And she said, be mindful that you don't have wound mates. So instead of soulmates, these are people who wound you and who perpetuate the wounds that you have. And you're like, oh, this is comfortable because this is what I'm used to. I'm used to this hurt, this pain, this disappointment. And that's also what we do. I mean, I know she was talking about relationships, but it was just a light bulb moment for me, an aha moment when I was like, oh my gosh, but we also do that in our careers, in, our, friendships, any relationships that we have, in the way that we live our lives. We perpetuate wounds that have been ingrained in us. And that's something here that you are absolutely addressing. You are addressing the wounds that have been engraved in you. You are cutting through the doubts and the fears. You are knowing where it is that you stand, what it is that you stand for. And as you move forward in this power and this prosperity, you are moving towards the bounty of your harvest. Now, a harvest, hard work, back-breaking work, quite literally, especially a medieval harvest with no, machinery to help you out. Be very mindful of looking at the bigger picture and not being caught up in the minutia, because you will be caught up in the details of things and you'll think, oh my gosh, kind of like the bounties in the details, where it's really going to be the devil's in the details. So just be mindful of that for you. Be mindful of looking at the big picture of what you want and setting yourself on that course of success. You are connecting with your heart. You're being a student of your heart. Now, you can also have a bit of a setback with a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. It can be this person was a person who betrayed you, or this is an immature person who uses emotional manipulation. It doesn't even have to be that they're a water sign. This is an immature person who uses emotional manipulation to keep you off your game and keep you from success. And as you're moving forward, all right, what you're doing is you're connecting with your heart. You're connecting with your passion. When your heart and your intuitive self come together, right, kind of the way that you want to forge yourself on this earthly plane comes together with your emotional truth, you are set free. You are that fish that goes out of living in a cup to embracing a broader and wiser horizon. Well, that's wider horizon is what I meant to say, but that's interesting. Wiser horizon for yourself. It's kind of like you're taking that wisdom and you're moving forward to your emotional truth and in your emotional power. And as you do so, you have prosperity and you have success. You see the seeds that you've planted really starting to take root, really starting to bear fruit, but you have to be patient. And it's going to be a bit hard to be patient because you're going to want things to instantaneously manifest. And the thing with manifestation, it's frustrating. You hear people sit there and say, oh, just visualize, just connect with what you want and it comes. It's like, okay, I've been connecting with what I want for 10 years. Why isn't it here yet? And it's because things work not in our time and not in the way that we really see it all the time. Kind of, we have this vision in our mind's eye, and then the way it manifests before us may be completely different than the way we had thought it would be. So know that the harvest is coming, but it's coming in divine time. And it may come in a package that you weren't expecting. And you might sit there and think, well, what the heck is this? How is this moving me forward? Or this isn't exactly what I wanted, but it's exactly what you needed. And so here, as you see this, okay, you have a healing grace of love washing over you, and you have bounty becoming a part of you. As you look at the big picture, there is a sense with the Five of Pentacles of feeling out in the cold, of feeling overwhelmed. Now, it can be also that during this time, you're having to, it can be take a job that you really don't want to take, or, extra workloads being put on where you sit there and you're like, are you kidding me? What the heck is going on here? But there is this sense of feeling disconnected from prosperity. And it can be a perpetuation of an ideology that you've kept with you. Kind of like your father or your mother might have said, you're never going to amount to anything. A teacher could have said that to you. Somebody of authority could have said that. And you're seeing that kind of narrative perpetuated, carried on in your life. And you're looking at things and you're like, oh, well, maybe they're right. And it's like, they're not right. They're not right. They were never right. And they should never have told you that. Because your world is forged by you, right? Yes, there are things that happen outside of our control that help us or hinder us. And it does not mean if you are not exactly where you want to be that you are a failure, because that's something that's very important to note when you can manifest your destiny. And right now you're in a manifestation, or you're attempting to manifest your destiny, and things are hard, you're struggling, people are struggling around you, and you're looking at it and it's like, well, what the heck? I'm a good person. I've done what I'm supposed to do. What more can I give? And when I see this, okay, I think of the story of Lot in the Old Testament, all right? And the story of Lot, it's just kind of sad, but it shows that bad things happen to good people. And it's not kind of sad, it's very sad. He loses everything. He loses the respect of everybody. He loses his children. He loses everything he's worked his life for. And he lays broken and, defeated and in pain and suffering. And then he gets it all back because he stayed true. And it's not saying that the wealth that you will have will be tenfold from what it once was, or that, everything will be easy and just magically materialize. It is saying, have faith within yourself, have faith within your soul for you and what you want to develop and where you want to be. And do not look at prosperity as something for other people. Look at it as your birthright, your calling, because you are the King of Pentacles. You are a person of wealth, a person of power, of money, or something you value as much as money. Now, you may never be kind of like Scrooge McDuck, diving into his pit of gold. You might simply be able to pay your bills and be able to be comfortable. And that's prosperity. To be able to have happiness and love and joy in your life, that's richness. But that's a richness that we're not told to strive for, because it doesn't help perpetuate, a capitalistic mentality, the I need more and more and more and more and more kind of sense. So here with the King of Pentacles, it's looking at what you really want from your life. And it can be you're boiling it down now. I mean, seriously, this has been an emotional awakening for so many. It has really moved us in a completely different direction. And for those who are ready, it moved to an awakening that you might have been without, all this going on in the world, might have been 10 years out. So here, there is the sense of prosperity. There is the sense of abundance, of prosperity, of success, and you claim it. And you are definitely seen. I mean, when it comes to your career, when it comes to money, people see you as a success or as a person who has it together more than they do. And you might be sitting there and thinking, well, how can they think that I have it together more than they do? And it's because they're seeing yourself. They're seeing you in a very different light. If you know all your secrets, right? They don't. You know that at times you feel like you're chasing prosperity or that you have to fight for it. And they see it coming. Embrace your majesty. Embrace your power. Embrace this kind of quote unquote masculine energy of determination, right? And the ability to see it, to hold your tongue, and to keep on manifesting it. It's kind of like when I say hold your tongue, it's kind of like don't tell everybody everything. My great grandma used to say, if you tell everybody everything, like 80%, don't care. 10%, are jealous. And, it just doesn't work out. So here, it's like, look at what you want. And the other 10%, wish you ill. So here, you're looking at things and you're keeping to yourself what it is that you want. Because the Queen of Swords, right now, I'm just seeing this as I'm gathering up my knowledge, I'm gathering up my information, I'm gathering up what I need. And when I strike for my success, I fly. I fly to new heights and I am completely free. And as you do so, you're embracing this gift of love and beauty and prosperity and success. It cleanses you. This is going to be a very emotional time for you. It's a time, or this has been a very emotional time for you. It has been a time where you feel as if you're warring between, I don't know what's going on, kind of like a child starting off, and a wise man, knowing what they desire, knowing what they want, having this wisdom, having this power to them. And so here, this is what you are. You are the student and you are the wisdom at the exact same time. And yes, it is overwhelming, but it is powerful because you have that beginner's eyes. Okay, in Buddhism, they say, come to things with beginner's eyes so that you don't come with preconceived notions of what your success should be. So you're looking at it, at things, and you're rewriting. You're rewriting what you desire, what you see, what you want. And as you do so, you're moving forward and claiming your wisdom, claiming your passion, and taking the reins of your career and of what you want. And it moves you to prosperity. So don't doubt that, even though at times it feels like this road is overwhelming. Your subconscious message is the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, hot darn, that is amazing. The Ten of Pentacles is prosperity and success. And yes, you might be walking away from something. I mean, seriously, taking up your knowledge, understanding can be changing jobs. It can be, reevaluating what it is that's truly important, because you have the Nine of Pentacles here. You start looking at the bigger picture. You're, taking in your harvest, and subconsciously you will be enjoying your harvest of what you love or what you value as much as money coming into your life. Sharing that with others, yes, but doing so mindfully and cautiously. Don't give it all away. And that leads you to your subconscious chakra message, which is creativity. It is the sacral chakra, which is where a lot of negativity from this life and past lives are held. Also, I would say where a lot of DNA pain is held. So it has been proven in studies that people can inherit trauma. So if your line has trauma in it, which all our lines have trauma in it, to what extent, that's completely different. So if your line has trauma in it, and if you've experienced, your family line has experienced that trauma, that hardship, that pain, that kind of dystopia way of living, it's a part of you. And so it's a part of everybody to one extent or another. Because if you look back not too far ago in history, it was not a nice place to be at all. And so here it's looking at what you want to create. And it's saying that the pain of the past will not dictate the power of my future. And as you claim this power, it's also an embrace of creative energy, sexual energy, this sense of determination, power, vigor, force, all right, coming into play. And it leads you to your subconscious fairy message, which is simplicity. It says, simplifying your life will bring you a sense of clarity and renewal, boiling it down to what you truly want, what you truly need, and where you want to head in your world is going to give such clarity and such focus to you that it's going to be beautifully empowering. All right, Aries, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Bye.